probably have found a way to get into football and becoming an agent, football agent. Give me an excuse to watch football all the time. So watching a sport that I enjoy and also helping people organize their football careers. Yeah, so football agent, or it's a bit old school now, having a music record label. So management within the music industry, working with artists to organize their schedules, recording studio time, that sort of thing. So yeah, it'd be one of those if I wasn't doing dentistry. So I actually find that the mornings are my most productive. So my aim is to be up by 5:30 in the morning. So that allows me to do any jobs, any admin stuff that I've wanted to do. Maybe spend some time covering those things, praying as well. Spend my mornings praying as well, getting ready for the day. Before I go to work, just making sure that I've completed the tasks that I won't get to do during the day or at the end of the day when I want to spend more time with family. Yeah, so it's always a hard one when things are very busy in terms of organizing your time, but I think having protected days and times, so I used to work 2 Saturdays a month. I'm getting to a place where I won't work any Saturdays. And that will mean that Saturdays and Sundays are my time with family. Saturdays I might visit other relatives or friends. Sundays, we usually take it easy. Church service in the morning, otherwise very chilled out Sundays. So protecting certain days like the weekends. And also to an extent the evenings after work. Yeah, I think consistency. I think consistency is really underrated, and it's the one thing that everyone can do which will allow them to get further in their ambitions for life. So always having set things that you will always do day after day that'll help you reach your goals. So yeah, if you've got big goals, putting them into little chunks, steps that you can carry out day after day, that'll take you towards those goals. So yeah, I think having consistency. It's not always about doing the biggest things every time to get you towards your grand goal, but it's the little things done over years that I find are the most powerful in getting you towards your goal. I think one of the things I always think back on is when I was in dental school and I wasn't doing too well and I had to retake an exam. But one of my clinical partners, Pav, she actually was very supportive, got a group of other students, and they just really supported me through that time. And I think that really gave me a new lease of energy to really crack on, get on with it, and to go again. So yeah, that was one of the most pivotal moments in helping me to press in and stick with dentistry. I think I would spend a lot longer with each of my patients, because in my foundation year there was no time pressure or no targets to meet. So I'd spend even longer with each of my patients. I'd ask for help a lot more. Hello?
Just wanted to check if you're currently renting from the council or housing association.
No. Shout out to the people phoning random numbers that they don't know. What was the question? So what I would do differently is I would spend more time with each of my patients. I would make sure I was asking for help a lot more, because that's what that foundation year is for. It's to do everything as best as you can, with no time pressure, no targets. Even though I was trying to do that, I think I could have done it a lot more than I did. So yeah, just making sure that I was learning every single step the best I could. In terms of picking a practice to work in after in foundation year, I think the ideal practice is a practice which has got a healthy environment. What I mean by that is the staff actually like working there. So the nurses, the receptionists, the practice manager, they all enjoy working there. They're good friends. They enjoy each other's company. Some of these things are hard to know from the outside, and you only really get to know once you start working there. So I know that's limited benefit to you if you're thinking about how to choose a practice, but on a superficial level, you can see the socials that practice has on their social media. Also looking at the diary at that practice. What's a typical day like for a dentist in that practice? What type of work they get to carry out? And that'll give you an indication if it's a busy practice, if they struggle to get patients. If they struggle to get patients, then you're not going to have much work to do. If, on the other hand, it's too busy, you might not get the sort of time you need or want to have with each patient. So visiting the practice, talking to the people, and getting a feel for the environment, the culture of that practice. One thing I was fortunate was I ended up at a practice where the principal was very supportive and encouraging. I mean, the fact that he chose me to work at the practice when I was fresh out of my foundation year, that was him taking a big leap of faith. You know, I could have turned out anyhow, but he believed in me and gave me the opportunity. He's invested in me and allowed me to really develop my skills, and that's allowed me to really express myself in the practice, to develop and to start taking on bigger types of cases as my experience has grown. So I think having a principal who supports you, who believes in you, is key in your growth. But finding those types of principals, it is a difficult thing. And I wouldn't say it's anything that I did that allowed me to find my current principal. It's just that I've ended up at a practice that did have a good principal.